here with the Beauty Boss Saga, and I have Kaitee Villarreal.
Yep.
Did I say it right?
Close enough. The white version of saying it, but that's fine.
Well, that's all I can do. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, you're good.
With KV Beauty, and she is out of Conroe, Texas. And so just wanted to touch base with you, see, your story.
Yeah.
We love to, talk to people who are in the industry, have been in the industry for a long time, and can offer some tips and insight. Yes, all the things, right? Because you and I have similar businesses, right? So I've been doing this
almost identical, yeah.
Almost identical, and that's all good because there's a standard to that, right? And both you and I have high standards. So, and that's a great thing.
Same.
Yeah. So, I've been doing this for a very long time. How many years have you been in the industry? Tell me how you got started a little bit.
So, hi everyone. All the cameras rolling. I'm Kaitee. Like she said, KV Beauty. I do bridal hair and makeup just like Emily does. And I think 2013 is when I started.
Okay.
Do the math. I don't know. It's like 10, 11, maybe, I don't know, 12 years now.
Okay.
Officially started in 2013.
Officially.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was before then. It had to be, like, when I met you.
Maybe 2011.
Yeah. I
really don't know. It's on my website if you guys want to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, because I think it was when I was doing,
11.
like, really focusing on networking. And we met at a networking meeting, I think.
Yes.
I think that was the first time we met.
So I actually, yes. It was that bridal networking event, and I was working actually at what is the place called? It was called Zulie's at the time, and they're no longer, they were in the Woodlands, and they did like luxury bridal paper invitations, like bridal suite stuff like that. And I was like heading that portion of it because I had knowledge about the bridal industry at the time.
Yeah.
I still do. And that was kind of my foot into the door here while I was trying to grow my hair and makeup business. And so,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was there representing that company. And then I was like, hey, by the way, I do hair and makeup.
I remember. Yeah. You came and sat down by me. And I was
like, I need to be friends with her. She knows what she's doing. Yeah.
I remember.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because I remember you kind of saying that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I remember your hair. It was like, it was some crazy color.
Probably, yeah. Still is.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be great.
Yeah.
And so from there, you kind of got your foot in the door. And so when did you really start, were you a cosmetologist at that point? Were you working?
No, I wasn't. So let me give you the short version of it. Okay, so I had extremely bad acne for years and years and years, and I like wore makeup every single day to cover it up because I was just so insecure about leaving the house without makeup on.
Gotcha.
And I bought an airbrush machine because that was like all the rage then. And one of my mom's friends was like getting married, and she's like, hey, I heard you have an airbrush machine, can you do my makeup? And I was like, no, I don't do makeup.
Yeah.
And then
no, I can't.
Fast forward, she was like, please. And I was like, sure. So I do her makeup. She absolutely loved it. I didn't charge her because I was like, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just like,
how nice of you.
Basically like a daughter to you. And so she ended up tipping me a lot of money, and I was like, oh my God, I can make a career out of this? Like, how cool. So that's kind of where it started. And then I didn't start taking it seriously until like a year or two later because obviously I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, my sister actually worked at a salon here, and there was a celebrity makeup artist that I apprenticed under, and that was a nightmare. Let's just say that. It was an absolute nightmare. And then I realized, like, if this is how the industry is going to be, I don't really want to be a part of it, or I want to change it and make it better, because I basically worked for free, and I was, starving artist, literally.
And that's common.
It was
at that point.
Terrible. And so I realized, no, this is not for me. And then I tried to work in the salon, but then I had to be licensed. So then I was like, fine, I guess I'll go get my aesthetics license because I loved skin and I loved that makeup side of it. And this is a whole nother story. We're not going to get on a tangent there. But I went to cosmetology school. You know about that one.
Yes.
And they told me that they didn't have an aesthetics program, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do cosmetology then, so I can
because it covers it.
Right. And she was like, well, then you can do hair too. And I was like, well, I don't really want to do hair. And I mean, it worked out because the hours and what all you can do with a cosmetology license is a lot more than an aesthetics license.
Sure.
So I ended up getting that.
You can focus on whatever you want.
Yeah, but while I was in school doing all of that, I had like I already had my business kind of growing, and I was actively taking brides at like a pretty substantial amount of money, like I was charging, because I was pretty good at it at that point, because I had gone through this whole BS of the assistant stuff.
Yes.
And I learned a lot.
Had that story.
Yeah,
though,
kind of pay your dues, I guess, because
Okay.
we don't have to do that anymore. But so yeah, that's kind of how it all just kind of like intertwined together. I was learning, and I was actually working. I had my business while I was going to get my license, and I was working out of my house for like the longest time, because starving artist, you don't have money for a studio.
Right.
And then I started offering like brows and facials and stuff to kind of complement what my brides needed.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that side of it, and so that's kind of how my whole spa side kind of opened up. And then I just got way too busy, and I was like, there's way too many strangers at my house, I need to get a studio.
Yes.
And so then I partnered with someone, and we split a 4-room studio in Conroe, and I'm still there to this day.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. And you have what I really like, because you like you said, you do the weddings, but you also do the complimentary things leading up to, so that they can get the best part of their service and like
the prep work, really.
the prep work, because you need prep work, by the way.
Yes.
Those who think they're just going to show up and it's all going to work out, don't. Don't do that. So like you said, you started building streams of income within your company.
Totally.
And they all complement each other, but they are separate, so you can do facials and skincare and brows even outside of, special events and weddings.
Totally.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I love that about your setup, because a lot of people, they just hone in on the one thing, and I'm like, no, boo, you need streams of income in that business, because you don't know if COVID's going to shut you down and you can't do weddings.
That was rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I know most people I know that were in this industry quit and got a 9-to-5 corporate.
I know.
And they're not
That's heartbreaking.
It's sad. It's because there's so much talent out there, and these people, it's not for everybody, for sure.
Right.
So
for sure. So, and then you have now you have a team of artists, and so how does that go? Like, how do you feel about?
I will say everything that I do today is based on a need that my clients had. So I didn't just come up on a whim. I'm like, oh, I really like this, I want to do it. It was I saw a need that my clients had, and I was like, I can fill that need, and it's a win-win for everybody. They don't have to go find it somewhere else. I can get good at it, I enjoy it, and I can make money at it. So let's do that. And so I wouldn't say necessarily like put your eggs in all these baskets at the same time.
Oh, no.
I was really good at makeup, and then my clients basically begged me to start doing hair, and I was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll learn. And obviously I didn't charge what I was charging for makeup for hair, because I didn't feel like my skill level was there at all. And so you kind of have to charge like what you feel like A, you're worth, and B, what your skill set is, and C, like what is going to make it your time worth it, right, to do it. And so I didn't think that there was enough money in hair, and I'm realizing that that's definitely not the case,
right?
Because it's about the same as makeup, which is
For sure.
And they're very complimentary, and you don't have to do both. Like, you can kind of pick one or the other, and some days I want to do hair, and some days I want to do makeup, and so it's really nice to have that change of pace.
Yes, and sometimes you feel like you need it, because you get burnt out in one, and then you just focus on the other.
Especially being like, ping, 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 ADD. Like, I'm like, I'm bored. Let's try something new. Yeah. So
exactly. So I think, like with me, if I go work and I'm doing something or doing a wedding, I'll do the bride, but I'll just focus on one skill, whether it's hair or makeup.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit different. So my first love was hair.
Yeah.
And so I got into hair, and then people were like, oh, can you do the makeup? And I'm like, well,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I like makeup. I can do my makeup.
Yeah.
So then I went to the college and took a class for a makeup artistry class.
Oh, cool.
And then by the end of that class, I was like, I know more than this lady.
No, literally. I've been there. I'm like, this is great.
This is great. So yes, I can offer that now.
Yeah.
And with hair, I feel like, when you do the hair, they're like, oh, it's pretty. But they really don't, they don't appreciate it until the makeup's done.
100%.
Right? So, I mean, your hair gets so much better once their makeup's done anyway. And so then
vice versa.
And vice versa, yeah.
Yeah.
And it
goes it's a whole package. For sure.
It goes both ways. So, but yeah, so then I started offering that, and the level, like back when I started, it was like the brides would go to their hair salon to get their hair done, and then they go to the MAC counter in the mall.
Yeah, 100%.
To get their makeup done, or Clinique if they wanted that fresh face, but they never usually got that at the end of the day.
Yeah. Merle Norman or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And so back then, I teamed up with a makeup artist, and because I didn't feel like I was there yet.
Yeah.
And we would bring it to them. And so, but nowadays, like, you're coming to me.
Yeah.
The level of convenience is like top notch on their to-do list. So, but yeah, so I feel that, but once you can kind of hone in and offer both, like you're making double off of that one client, so I don't understand how people, they just like, oh, I'm just going to focus on makeup.
Yeah.
Like, no, jump.
Yeah.
Because you're going to, like, I would learn hair if you're just a makeup artist, because you already have the client, like, right there in front of you. It might double your income just off of that.
And hair's really not that hard.
It's not.
Like, I say that because we're good at it, but but like, once you learn the fundamentals of curl patterns, like, everything else just like makes sense, and it clicks. I will say that I've taught a lot of artists how to do hair, and I've taught a lot of artists how to do makeup, and it comes down to timing.
Yeah.
Repetition, we've talked about this, and just once you get it, like that I literally have seen this so many times. Someone's like doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then finally they're like, oh, the light bulb, you literally see it in their eyes, and it's like, bing, I get it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, ever since that, once that moment hits that they understand what it is that they're trying to achieve and like how to manipulate the hair to get what you want, the options are like limitless.
Yeah.
Like, they can literally create anything once that light bulb moment.
Yes.
And some people never get it.
And that's okay.
And
but we're gonna have to move around. We're gonna have to move on.
Something else, I guess. But then once you get that to that point, like, everything else just becomes very easy, and it's art at that point.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
For me, anyways.
Yeah, because you never know what type of hair, what's gonna walk through the door, and that's what I say. It comes from, I don't care if you've been a makeup artist or a hairstylist for 30 years. If you hadn't put miles on the car, this level of experience, like, you haven't done thousands and thousands of people, your experience level isn't there, So that's where it comes in. When people really want to, get into it, I say practice, do the same thing over and over again.
Do free faces.
Because at that point, you're going to get it eventually. Yeah. And it's trial and error, a lot of it, unless you have someone training you. Right? Because we've already done that.
And paying you.
Yeah.
Both.
So, I think that's a big deal, is really, so if you were to talk to an artist, tell me, like, what are some tips that you would give them, someone who wants to be in the industry? What do they need to focus on and look out for?
I mean, it really just depends on, like, where they want to go with it. Right? But I would say the fundamentals of being an artist and making this a career is education is number one. Because the experience is going to come. Like, when you run into problems, you're going to figure out how to manage those, or have a mentor that you can be like, hey, what the heck am I doing? Like, help me fix this problem. Yeah. I'm like, Emily, please help me. What am I doing? Because you've been doing a lot longer than me. Yeah. So it's nice to have someone to, community is number one. Have a community of people that you can talk to, that you can bounce ideas off of, that are there for your best interest, because there are some people that are not going to be there, and they're going to try to sabotage you and give you the wrong information.
100%.
I've seen that too. So community and then education, but those kind of go hand in hand, because when you have a community of people, they're going to tell you where to go for the education, and they'll help you, so that's not just like skill set as hair and makeup, but education on how to run a business. That's,
honey, there's a lot of talent out there, but they're not good at business.
You could be an amazing artist, but not know how to run a business, and no one's going to know that you even exist. Right. Like, you have that's a portion of it. And then just really getting out there and doing the work. That sounds lame because everyone says that, but it's
that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to hustle, but you need to, like, gain traction and not just spin your wheels. Right. So what are the things that you gain traction is build relationships. And I think that's really, really important. I think a lot of people miss that step. because they think, oh, my work's going to speak for itself.
No.
No.
It's a very saturated market.
Yeah.
Anybody with a makeup brush can be a makeup artist.
Sure.
They can say they are.
Yeah, they went to YouTube University.
Girl.
During COVID.
Look. Same.
Yeah. So I think that's really important. And I always say, your business is going to grow at the speed of trust. So if people can trust you,
just be an honest person.
Yeah,
it's really not
be
that
authentic,
hard.
Be yourself, be genuine, and I think your values really come into play at that.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of talented people out there, but they are late. They show up late. They show up janky,
Sloppy.
like they just rolled out of bed. They don't keep their sanitation. They don't, finish on time, so that the coordinator's sitting there looking at you. The photographer's sitting there.
You're pissing everybody off.
Yes, bad news travels way faster than good news, so they need to realize that. So knowing that you're on point, as far as how you conduct yourself, is a huge deal, because I've seen so many talented people just go down the drain.
Yeah, it's sad.
Because they can't get it together. And I think it's so hard, like with artistic people,
because their brains are very they're not that.
Yeah.
They're not type A. It's not. They're an artist.
Exactly.
For sure.
So when I get brides that call me and they're like, oh, I can't get a hold of my artist, and
Like,
or my artist called me and she's going to go on vacation instead of doing my wedding, and I'm like, okay.
You're lying.
Not lying. Nope. I'm like, well, that's really unfortunate, and I'm sorry you're calling me 2 days before your wedding, and I'm sorry that you chose somebody like that, but you got to do your research.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's hard to be a client these days, because anyone can look like they're the shit online.
Yes.
But in reality, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's why trials are so important.
Yeah, like you really see how people operate.
Vibe. Yeah. You got a vibe. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so we went through how we met. You started like 2011 ish.
We don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I should probably know that, but
and then so tell me like how your business kind of unfolded. I know you said you got to hustle, and you did the networking and all of that. So how did you, when your business really started to unfold, what were you doing
like when I started growing like exponentially.
Those growing pains that we talked about.
Yeah, they were rough, honestly. So I gotta think back, because so much has happened since then. I will say, when I got serious about business is when things really started taking off. When I was like, let me button up my invoicing, let me button up my back end, let me do my marketing. Like, when I got serious about the actual business side of things, I think that's when it really started taking off. Because before I was like, oh, I'm just an artist, I just do makeup. Like, I had a business card, but it was terrible. It had my personal cell phone number on it. Like, I think I had an Instagram with like grainy, terrible photos, in like someone's bathroom. Like, it was just not professional at all. I was just like an artist, like, hey, I do makeup. Hire me. I'll come do your makeup in your kitchen. It was just that. And then when I started working at Zulie's, I realized like, this is a whole nother level of business that I literally know nothing about. And that was when I started networking hard. And then when I started networking hard, I realized I do not have my shit together. I need to get it together. And that was when I got sick, like website, the things that everyone that owns a business should have. I didn't have any of that stuff. And then once I had let's just call it a funnel, right? Because everyone likes to use that word. I had a system in place. I was like, here's my website. Here's a form to fill out to gather all of your information. And then when that all was streamlined is when I really was able to take on more clients, because I wasn't like back and forth on the phone. It was systemized, and it was easier to acquire new clients at that point. I wasn't burnt out trying to just like talk to the client and get the information and figure out how much did they pay, when did they pay it, that BS. So once I got all of that kind of buttoned up, it was easier to acquire new clients, and then I was able to practice more, because I was doing more clients, and so I got better faster. I had more money to buy better things for my kit, and so everything just started to like grow faster. It's like those growing pains that everyone talks about, but you have to have more money in order to be able to create and do more things, but you need more clients to be able to do that. And so once that started happening, I went through the next level of growing pains of I was busy, and there was just way too many clients, and I could not service them on my own. And then I started looking out for help with other people, and then you learn that you can't trust everybody. And there's a whole, that's a
Unfortunately.
whole nother like level of growing pains that you go through as a, business, an artist. And I'm very type A. I'm very like organized, which most artists are not. They're just like, whatever, la-ti-da-ti-da, like why I was in the beginning. I didn't know. And then while I was doing all of that, I was trying to find artists that A, wanted to work with me, and B, that were good. And those two don't really correlate. So either you're good and you want a lot of money, and I couldn't afford to pay people what they were worth because I wasn't charging enough and I wasn't making enough, right?
Yeah.
Or B, you're not good and your kit's not ready, and like I have to teach and train you. And I wasn't at the point in my career that I could have successfully helped somebody launch their career as an artist. I was not. I just wasn't ready. And so I went through those growing pains of like, how do I successfully launch a new artist to teach them how to be like me? Like I had done it, but I didn't know how to teach it.
Yes.
And so then I went through quite a few artists, and I'm still friends with them to this day, and they know, like, when I brought in an artist, I said, hey, look, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. You just have to trust the process, and like we're gonna figure this out together.
Yeah.
And some people were like, no, I'm out. And I'm like, understandable. And then some people were like, yeah, I'll do this with you. And like we kind of went through it together.
Yeah.
But I was always open and honest until like kind of too open and honest with some of my artists. Like, hey, this is kind of what I'm going through, or like this is what the business is going through, just so you guys know. And this is kind of where I want to go with this.
Yes. Did
And
that backfire?
A little, yeah. I feel like some people didn't trust me as much because I wasn't confident in what I was doing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then a lot of them kind of took what they could, which I understand this part of it, is like you go, it's like somebody, like my husband's a firefighter, right? So what happens a lot is his department, they have a really strong training program. So people will go, get hired, go through their training program, and then bounce out the second they get all the training. And that's exactly what I see with artists, because you're good, you know what you're doing, you've been in the industry for a really long time. Artists will come in and say, hey, I want to learn everything from you. And I'm like, okay, cool, sweet. But they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to put the hours in, and they don't want to kind of give you what you, they're not matching energies, we'll just say that. And so because I was so hopeful and so naive and kind, we'll just say that, I poured everything I possibly could into every single artist that came into me.
Yes.
And I was like, I want you to succeed more than I've succeeded. Like, I want that for you. And so I'm going to pour, and so then
That's super, like, sincere, too. You don't see that.
No.
And I feel like that kind of can be taken advantage of, too.
100%. Yeah, and I did. I was, like, my relationship suffered from it because I was so into helping these people succeed at the expense of my own cost.
Sure.
That A, I wasn't financially achieving my goals, and B, I wasn't like sustaining my relationship. I mean, I'm still happily married, but like we went through a whole little thing there about, I was all business, no personal.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Yeah.
But I wasn't all business in the fact that I was actually making money. I had that passion to help other people.
Yeah.
And then I realized you can't do that and be happy and make money at the same time.
Right.
So that was a really big learning curve. And so now I'm very cautious with my time.
Yeah.
I'm still giving and understanding and helpful towards new artists, but not as much as I was.
Right.
It's not sustainable.
Well, I did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Because was put in a position where I needed to grow my team, and so I literally gave everything to my team. Did all the things.
It's hard
I would come
not
back
to.
and do trainings, and I would do events, and they work alongside me, and they know how I operate and all of that, which is great. And we were really conducive there for a minute, and then
They leave.
They leave because they think, oh, I got this, and I'm already doing the events. I could go ahead and do my own events, which is fine.
Sure,
that's okay.
Not to the level that you and I are, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But they don't realize, they jump off in it and they're like, oh, I can provide the service, but here we are again, back at square one. The business side of it and managing people and making sure your contract's intact and all of those things.
The boring side of business.
It's the boring side, especially for artistic people, right? And it's like, but it's so detrimental to your business. I mean, girl, some of the things that have been threatened to me, like, I'm like, okay, if you look in paragraph, you know.
I say you signed
here.
Right.
Right? You know, and all of that, I would always change my contract because I learned something, you know, and.
At least twice a year, I'm editing.
Oh yeah, because there is some version of crazy, whether it's on the artistic side or on the client side.
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
no. So I think once you, with people, I did the same thing. Like I gave everything, and then once I started getting, kind of like backbitten and
taken advantage
of all of the things, I pulled back like 100%. I said nope, like I'm pulling this baby back.
It's hard not to.
And then guess what happened? Like it was very, like, I would only give them what they needed to know for what that was, and the quality of service, because especially if I wasn't there at the events, they're going to try and skirt what they should be doing anyway. So
cut corners.
when the cat's away, the mice will play. And so then my business quality started diminishing over time, and you didn't really notice it at first, but like, from point A to point B, it wasn't that noticeable. But if 3 months passed, it was point A to point F,
you're like,
and you're
whoa.
like, what is
How did we get
happening?
here?
Time out, and they're like, well, the lead artist let me do it, and I'm like, did they? So now I'm, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes, putting out fires, and that is just so exhausting. But so I had to find a balance in that, and really give them, like I told them, and any new artists that I've come on or bring on, I was like, look, I will put in the effort that you put in. That's it. Like, I'm going to give you the basics here, but I'm not going to hunt you down. If you want to excel in your career and you want to learn all the things, then you're going to have to come to me. I'm not going to hunt you down.
Yep.
So
yeah, and we talked about that, because you were there with me during that whole transition phase of because you went through the same exact thing, and so we talked about it, and I definitely changed my business model. So I think it's very important to have new artists to teach and train and educate and bring up that next group of artists.
Yeah, never stop.
But not to the level and not to the quantity that I was doing. So I take maybe 2 a year now, and I was taking way more than that. Yeah. But the downside to that is because of the level of artistry that I require of my team and the level of experience, I work with people that have their own companies. Yeah. Most of the girls on my team have their own companies. They understand it. They get it. And I'm more of like a coach to them, instead of like a mentor-ish, instead of like their boss, if that makes sense. So it's more of a community over competition type thing. Yes. And it works, but there's also other parts of that are sticky, you know, and like trying to navigate how to find people that are respectful and have integrity, but also are talented and have your best interest. That's the hard part. Yeah. And once you find your core group of people, like, you're golden. Like, life is easy, business is easy, everything just seems to like flow and be awesome. So once you find your people that you jive with, like, you're like, that's it. That's the hard part, is finding your people. I mean, that's in life too. Yeah. But once you find that, you're like, oh, life is good. Yeah. But then you still have to, like, you need assistance. Sure. You know, because, like, eventually all your team, like, that what I'm going through right now is my team is just so busy, which is amazing. And I'm like, yay, good for you guys. But also this kind of sucks for me. So, like, I have to find more of my people to like, move forward. Yeah. Awesome. So. All
right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Cool. And then we will adjust and then get back to you. Sweet. All right, so we're back, and through the break we were talking a little bit about basically your core, like, tell me some of your core values of you as a business owner, because like for me, like, if those core values are like broken or those balls drop, like you're dead to me, you know. Like, I ain't got no use for you. Bye, you know, who, I don't even care. So, but those are very near and dear to my heart. So tell me some, like, about your core values, what you like to see in your business. Yeah. Non-negotiables.
Honesty is like number one between client and artist and myself. Like, I want everyone to be open and honest about, you know, you're not happy, I want to change it. Or some people just don't know how to do that for some reason. And obviously integrity, like, that's number one.
Yeah.
And I think once you have those two things, everything else, like respect, falls into place, into that. So those communication for sure. And I think a lot of people really struggle with that.
Yeah, they do. They just don't know, like, or they clam up, or...
Well, and I think a lot of people are just traumatized. Like, and now that I've done some self-healing and self-reflection, that I understand why people react the way that they do and how they communicate with others. A lot of it has to do with just how broken they are inside, and I can't change that.
Yeah, that's not yours.
And I can't
to carry.
take it personally either.
Sure.
Like, I used to get so offended when someone just so offended, but I'm like, oh my God, they don't like me, or like, what the hell did I do wrong? But it has nothing to do with me. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some stuff I could change, but
sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I think that helps. Once you grow as a person, everything else just kind of grows with you. And I think when I started really taking myself seriously and working on myself and internally growing,
that's good.
Everything else just like fell into place.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, we talked about it earlier, like, you're like, okay, when do you feel like it kind of exploded? When I started taking care of myself better. And like, you can only be as good as you can be, and you can't outwork who you are as a person.
Oh, that's good.
You can't. There's no way. You could be an asshole and be a really talented artist, and you're not going to get far.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
It's what it is.
Exactly.
So, like, being a good person, healing, taking care of yourself, and then everything else. Like, you can do more and have more patience and kindness once you fix those things.
Yeah.
Really.
That's true. And I think, like, for me, I think our culture and in the beauty industry...
It's very cutthroat.
Very cutthroat, and it's also...
It
is!
Yeah,
and you can't really trust people. And so if I, like, for me, like you said, integrity is mine.
A lot of people don't have it.
I know. It is few and far between, And if you're going to want to do exactly what I do, then tell me that. And we'll plan for it. But
don't be sneaky.
But don't be sneaky. Don't keep it on the up and up, Yeah. And that's probably one of the most things that's frustrating to me. And that and loyalty is a big deal for me too. Like, if I start sniffing out like self-preservation and you're doing some sketch and stuff on the side and not telling me and you're whatever, and I'm like, wow, I know you're doing it. It's going to come to light. Like, why wouldn't you just say it?
Yeah. 100%.
And that's okay, but why do you have to feel like you gotta be sneaky? Is it? And then I'm thinking, am I not? What some people do say, I'm not approachable, or you're intimidating, or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's not truly. Like, if you knew me, you knew that's not my heart. I want you to succeed. I want you to do better. I want you to be better. But trying to like circumvent, I'm like, there's this underlying current that we're not jiving anymore. Nope, sorry. And my gut will tell me sooner than anything else.
you just, I don't know, you have intuition, and like, you just trust it, because 99% of the time it's right.
It's right.
If something's off and you don't know what is off, sit in it, think about it, and then be like, okay, how am I going to approach this?
Yeah.
And I will, like, with new artists, so obviously I've learned a lot because I've worked with a ton of people, and I've learned that I set that standard and that expectation up front. Like, I say and I talk about the things that I know they want to talk about and that they want to know answers to, and I put it on the table the first time we meet, and I'm like, look, I will coach you. I will match energies. I will do everything that it is that you want to do. And I know that your end goal is not to work for me forever. I know that your goal is to basically create my business as your own and be my competition, and I'm not threatened by that. I'm not. I used to be, and now I'm like, you're not me, and people hire you because who you are, not necessarily because your skill set. Yeah, your skill set's kind of like a bonus, but they hire as an artist, they're going to hire you because they like you. Yeah. And you're not me, and so that doesn't matter.
Right, you're pulling a different clientele than
personality's got to jive, especially on a wedding day.
Yeah.
Like, and in my marketing, I talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I am me, and what you see online is exactly what you're going to get in person. And people are like, oh my God, hi. Like, that is you. I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't have time to be fake. Yeah. And I don't have time to make myself look better online. I do not. Like, this is me. And usually I'm like, no makeup and hair's in a slick back bun because it's 4 days old. Like, it is what it is. And like, maybe I put some lip gloss on that day. I don't know. But I think that's what I think a lot of my clients say. They're like, oh, you're just like you are online. I'm like, thank you. that was the point.
Yeah, to be authentic and just who you are, and that's who you attract, and that's why you're in your zone and you're thriving because you're just you.
And I think a lot of that came because of the self-healing. Like you can't be who you are if you're struggling with some stuff.
Yeah. Like
your confidence and abilities and all of those things, and yeah.
It's a big deal. And I think everybody has, especially if you're in business, you have a responsibility to yourself and your company to take those strides and try, and healing yourself and really self-reflecting, saying, okay, this, in this situation, how could I have been better? Or maybe that had nothing to do with me. That outburst or whatever that was, it had nothing to do with me. Okay, so how about your clientele? So I know, like, being in our industry, we have people that are just like drawn to like us as the owners,
like, unapologetically, like they just love you and they don't care what you're offering, they're gonna buy it. Because they love you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen that with quite a few of my clients. They're like, I just like you, so I trust you. Anything you say is like golden. And I'm like, that's kind of scary, because what if I'm, not that I would ever just like blow smoke, but I could be. And they just have like 1000% trust in me. Which is, I'm like, that's kind of
But they know you. Like, because like I said, you're authentic, you're the same person online that you are in person, and they know that you're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they trust you, right? And anytime that there is something that I've heard and overheard that they're like, oh, I don't know, or they're kind of wavering on something, you tell them straight up, like, I don't think that's going to look good.
That's true.
So like, I think they learn to be like, okay, she's at least going to tell me the truth. And I feel like as an owner and as an artist, you are responsible. Like, that is your responsibility to tell them
look your best.
Yes.
And what you're asking for is not your best. So I'm going to help you look your best.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably not for you. Or, whatever picture they show, and you're like, tell me exactly what you like about this.
90s,
Yeah, because it's not going to jive.
I had a client yesterday. She came in for a consultation for hair extensions, which are not cheap.
Right.
It's definitely an investment. And she was like teetering between two different lengths and two different colors. And so we were talking about it, and I gave her every option that she could possibly have. And she emails me afterwards, and she's like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. So I sent her pricing for everything, and I said, the ball's in your court. I gave you kind of what my recommendations are. And then she's like, I'm still lost. I don't know what I want to do. And she goes, well, why don't I just buy both? Well over $1,500 worth of hair extensions. And I was like, first off, that's not necessary. I could have easily been like, yeah, girl, I'll sell you both.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the commission.
Yeah.
But first off, she's not going to wear both of them.
Right.
So anyways, none of the colors that she had were perfect. So she was going to have to alter her natural hair to match the extensions. And so
Aren't they real hair, though?
Yeah, they're real hair. So you can totally change.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Either one. And so I said, I think your best option is, let's order this one. It's going to be the easiest and cheapest to alter, and it's going to give you the most length, right? So I was like, let's just go with the best of the best, and save your money. And she respected that. And then she was like, okay, well, what about all this stuff? And she was like, well, I don't really need this. I have X, Y, and Z, talking about like products, curling irons. I'm like, what do you have and what do you need? Because I could sell you anything, but do you actually need that?
Yeah.
And so she was like, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your honesty. Most people probably would have just sold me whatever I was asking for. And I'm like, yeah, but that's unnecessary. Why spend $2,000 on hair, products, curling irons if you already have all that stuff at your house anyway?
Yeah.
So it was just like a quick phone call. I could have easily emailed back and be like, here.
Yeah.
But integrity, like, don't be an asshole just to like get money.
Right. And they're going to keep coming back to you. That's the deal. Like, you understand that. If they can trust you and you're not just going to try to sell them.
Right.
They'll come back.
Like, I could have easily just been, you need these 5,000 products.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Just, and if I was like hurting for money, I would have, like.
Well, it's a business decision at that point, and if they're willing, that's one thing. But I do the same thing. It's like, no, especially if they're like wanting the airbrush package, and they're like, oh, I want an airbrush, and it's more expensive, and you're like, yeah, it's not going to be good for you though.
Right.
It's, traditionals maybe a little bit more forgiving with your skin or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay.
Be an advocate for your clients.
Right.
It's not just a business owner. And you've seen it. A lot of people in this industry, it's a cash grab. It can be. Mm-hmm. And I see it a lot. It's really sad. These companies look so perfect online, and then they're doing this half-assed work and with dirty brushes, and these clients are like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Appalled at what they saw online versus what they got in person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not a cash grab. You're dealing with this is someone's wedding day.
Yeah.
The happiest day of their lives. Mm-hmm. You kind of have to play the part.
Yeah.
Put your whatever personal stuff you have going on aside.
Check it at the door. Yep.
You are the hired help. I hate to tell you, but you're the hired help.
Yeah.
You're there to do a job and get out of there and make sure that they're the happiest and best looking they've ever been.
Yeah. Because you want them to look back at those pictures and be like, dang, I look amazing.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
And it was awesome. Yeah.
Not looking back at regret and be like, oh.
She charged me too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the things.
I don't think it's ever about she charged too much. Is they weren't happy with the service.
Yeah.
Your quality of service did not match what you were charging. It has nothing to do with how much.
Yeah.
You could have charged $2,000 for makeup and they could have loved it because you gave that service.
Right.
So, it's just all relative, right?
Exactly. So when do you connecting with your clientele, and I know you're follow me on social media all the time, right? Of course, we all do that, right? Yeah. But when do you automatically at the trial or when you first put yourself out there and connect on a personal level, do they follow your personal social media, or do you even have social media that's personal?
So I used to.
Okay.
And I felt like I was sharing way too much about my personal life online, and people would notice my husband and my child walking around the grocery store, the mall, and it just felt very unsettling. My goal was never to be an influencer, and so I realized this is too much. Yeah, people have way too much access to me, and I don't need that. As far as business, sure, you can have access to me there, but as far as my personal life, I want to keep that personal. So this last year I deleted my personal accounts. The only personal social media account I have is Facebook, and it's because it's easier. Well, you kind of have to have one in order to have a business account, so I just left it. Yeah. I rarely post on there. Yeah. It's really just to message friends and be like, hey. Yeah. A form of communication, not a form of, hey, look at me. Yes. Type deal. Now, social media for business, that's a whole other story. So and that was a really hard decision for me to get rid of my personal social media. Yeah. I kind of felt like I lost a piece of myself, which is so stupid. It's literally, anyways. So, it was kind of a hard decision, but then I realized I can't effectively post personal and business. So I was like, I'm just
time in the day.
No, and who cares? It's not monetarily my personal account was doing anything for me anyway. And I'm so business focused, that I was like, I can be me and show people who I am and kind of give them an insight of me and my family and what I like to do and my cold plunging and the things without having a personal account and sharing too much of my personal life. Yes. So I've just kind of blended the two together on my business account, and I think it's really, really worked for me. Yeah. I feel like my engagement and how people communicate with me and how they talk to me on my business account is very we're just talking right here. Yeah. And I love that. It makes it a little bit more personal instead of just straight business. Yes. Because my business account was very stuffy and let me sell you this thing. It was very kind of salesy a little bit. Yeah. And now it's me with a little sprinkle of business. Right. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. I think, especially in business, I feel like we always talk about the 80-20 rule, mostly business, but the personalization of everything, but not too much, because I've come into that same situation. I was at a bridal show one time, and this girl came up to me.
I saw your daughter's second birthday had this unicorn, bro.
Yes. Well, exactly. No,
it was creepy.
She came in and she was waiting in line because there's big crowds usually, and so she was waiting, and I noticed her, but I was talking to somebody else, and she waited till she got to me, and then she goes, because my other team were like, oh, can I help you? She's like, no, I'm waiting for Emily. And I was like, that's weird. Security? Like, what?
You're like,
that's kind of off. I kind of got something off. And so she made her way, and she's like, I want to talk to you. And I was like, okay. I said, what's up? And she was like, she goes, well, I'm getting married. And she's like, I've researched everything about you. And I was like, how do you research everything? Like, I'm on the Google, you know, like what? And she's like, no, she's like, I looked at your social media just to make sure that you are truly good at what you do. Like, and I was like, well, I am, but I was so confused, you know? And so that's when I was like,
what are you getting at?
Yeah. And so she's like, I just want to make sure I get you for my wedding because I've researched you so much. I've read all your reviews. I've seen your stuff on Facebook. I've seen your stuff on your business. And I'm like, this is weird. This is getting weird, you know?
Like a celebrity. Like, you're like, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a celebrity.
No.
I just want to be a business owner. Makeup.
But the thing is she knew about, like, my daughter's stuff. And she's like, oh, you mean, and she said her, you know, Emma, which is my daughter. But she's like, little Emma, and da-da-da-da. I was like, this it was check in my gut, like, okay, no, we're not doing this. She ended up being a very great client, and she gave me a lot of referrals, and because she did her homework.
That is so funny.
So that's fine, but at that point I was like, this is too much, you know. So I, like you said, on Facebook, and I have, you know, I have my personal stuff, but I don't say my kids' names on social media. Usually.
I try not to.
Yeah, I try not to too. And but it's just, you never know, like, the weirdness, or if somebody, like, in the bridal party, you know, looks you up or whatever. I had an artist one time
very vulnerable, like being that open and honest online and showing your face and everything about you, like, it's vulnerable.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, and that's just part of the territory, you know, like, that's it, just
part of it. Yeah. But like, I usually, if I connect with the bride, I'm never like, I never friend them or anything until their wedding day, like after it's completed. If I really like them, because you know, you vibe with some of your
on your
people
personal account.
On my personal account.
Yeah, that's why I just got rid of my personal account, because I was like, this is weird. I'm just gonna follow them back on my business.
Yeah.
And then I get to see all the fun stuff they do prior to the wedding. Yes. And it's like, you get to, like, engage, and you feel so much more connected, and it's so much more relaxed the day of, because you feel like you're friends at that point. And now I can't, like, curate that relationship with all of my clients, but, like, the ones that I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna be best friends, because I'm actually, like, really good friends with some of my clients.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're friends now, not just, like, clients.
Exactly.
And, like, I've been invited to, like, their kids' birthdays. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
For the right people. Yeah.
For the right people, right. But not everybody gets access.
Yeah.
I had an artist one time that something happened during her trial, and I hadn't had that policy, like, don't friend anybody on social media that you do your clients. Okay, well, this girl, she didn't think. And so something happened during her trial, and it was, the bride was super happy at the end of it, but homegirl got on social media and was like, just note to self, if you are getting services, don't do XYZ, it's so annoying, So she just started, like, bashing this appointment that she just had on social media, and the girl saw it, and she took a screenshot of it, and she was like, she sent it to me, and she's like, your business or your artist is so unprofessional. I was happy at the end of it. I was ready to put down my, you know, contract, payment, all of that. She said, but this is not okay.
Nasty. Yeah.
And I was like,
cool, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
First of all, and that doesn't, you know, that's not how I operate,
right.
How my business operates. I'm sorry you had that experience, and I will take care of it.
Yeah, like, we got you, girl.
Bye, Felicia. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, but just the common sense factor. I was like,
some
man.
people just don't.
So in your team, do you have any stipulations like that? Or are you, like, all for it, but don't?
Yeah, so I actually have, like, an agreement with my girls, and I don't have a non-compete, obviously, because most of my girls have their own companies, and almost every single person that I hire, their goal is to own a business and have a team of artists. And so I know that going into it, and so that's why we have those conversations up front. I'm like, yep, this is how things are. If you want my help, you can get it, and I'm not going to give you everything for free. You know,
exactly.
I've just learned.
So so the U.S. Speaking of non-competes, did you see the news?
Mm-mm.
Okay, the administration that is here now has basically banned non-competes across the board in America from 90 days from now. All of them are invalid.
I mean, they don't really hold up in court anyway, so
I know.
what's the point?
Yeah, they are not enforceable usually unless you do, like, you know, you have the location, the distance, and certain things.
It's just all BS, really.
But girl, our industry is blowing up. Like, everybody's happy, but then there's salon owners that are like not happy.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think a lot of it. Oh yeah, this could be a whole nother like hour-long podcast. But I think the short of it is, and I don't know because I'm not a like cut color salon, right? Like everyone's contractors. I don't have any employees. Like they're all commission based, but it's contract work. So it's like they have the right to work whenever they want, which is that model works for me. Yeah. Now there's a lot of challenges with it because I can't just be like, hey, you have to work this because I need help. Like it
doesn't work that way. Yeah.
No, because people need freedom and flexibility.
Right.
And that's what they want. And if they're not happy, they're going to bounce out. Or they're going to do shit work.
Yeah.
So you pick.
Exactly.
But I will say, I think the people that are mad about this are the ones that are not leading a good team.
Exactly.
And they're not
my thoughts too.
Giving people what they deserve.
Yes.
You're not. Because your business is not buttoned up and you're not making enough money and you're struggling and you're frustrated, but that has nothing to do with the people that work for you. That has everything to do with you and how you operate and manage business.
Yes.
And how much or little of a leader that you are.
Exactly.
So that
and the control factor.
100%.
Toxic control, right?
Well, yeah, that goes back to like healing, right?
Yeah.
Like it all comes together. Yeah. So being a leader is so much more than just like showing people how to do a job.
Yeah. And I will say early on in my career, that was very common, you know, and then the amount of time that you put into training up your team and all that, and you want to say, oh, you can't go here. And even for a certain time period, that was a little bit more acceptable because, or you're going to have to pay back my training.
Oh my God, so much.
It has. And so, but
that will not fly. No. Ain't no way.
Absolutely not.
They'll be like, girl, bye. I'll go somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
But having your business to where, like, at one time we did have employees, you know. I had that model.
How stressful was that?
Oh my gosh, crazy.
Was it worse than contractors?
Worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. And I had to provide the uniform. I had to provide the training.
That's so much more work.
I had to pay taxes on all my, employees, and I would provide the kit and all of that. Right? It was.
I remember that.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was. But you cannot have the control in your business without having employees. If you provide training for your team, that's technically an employee.
Yes.
Right? If they solely just work for you and you're calling them contractors, that's an employee.
Yeah.
Right?
And then they're like, they can get compensation for that. If they ever leave and they're unhappy, like, you have to like back pay all of that as an employee, not as a contractor.
Right.
So then you're on the hook for all of that. Like, no.
It's a lot. So really protecting your business and knowing, like, to stay in your lane is a huge deal. And I see a lot of crossover
100%
from people trying to, oh, you're a contractor, but you're commissioned, but you have to provide all the stuff, but you have to be here at work and wear my uniform. No, that's not how that works. So even like people that have gone through school and they're new and they're like, hey, they'll slip me a contract and be like, hey, this is what they're trying to do. I'm like, that's illegal on that part.
Yeah. You're like, know your rights.
Yeah. You need to talk to a number one attorney, but you also need to come to them and say, hey, this is not what contract works. If I'm having to provide all of my stuff or I'm having to get it from you, that's different. They're two different things, right? So, with that, I feel like with our businesses, we recommend that, like, because of the relationship that you and I have, we'll say, hey, I need an assistant. Do you have one available?
I'll borrow her, I'll pay her, whatever, y'all's agreement is.
Whatever the agreement is. And we could, so that there's no enticement to come over here or come to my team. We're not doing it. We ain't doing it.
No.
But we do need help, and we need good help, and we need trained help with people who actually do this well, and vice versa, you know. So, but what that really does is that solidifies and protects our businesses, because we ensure that our artists don't solely just work for us. We have it on paper that they're actually working for this company and this company that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
So that protects your business. So I think it's really important to cultivate those relationships in the industry between businesses, because all we're doing is just protecting each other and protecting ourselves.
Yes, definitely.
So that in the event that they say, oh, well, I was more of an employee, no boo-boo.
Like,
So exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really important, you know,
Yeah.
to even have that perspective. And when I know, like in the past, I've reached out to people and say, hey, I know my artist is working with you. Can we go to lunch? Let's talk.
Yeah.
But people don't know how to handle that.
Oh my God, no.
And I know you've run into the same thing.
I mean, we had lunch with a couple other business owners.
Yeah.
You know, the vibes were good with, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. But yeah, like the vibes were good and then the vibes were not good at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, I think that when you're new, you don't have the funds to talk to attorneys. You don't know what's right. You don't know what's wrong. And some of these business owners prey on those types of people because they're ignorant and they're just not educated enough in how things should be. And then they get burnt, like, you know, I did when I was an assistant. I'm like, what? Isn't this normal? No, it's not normal, and it's not right. So it's like you don't know until you know, and then you're like, oh my God, that was traumatizing. Like,
so in that instance, tell me a little bit about what happened with your experience, because I had that same experience too, where people are like, oh, you can come work and just get the experience, and then I'll pay you. That's what happened to you
basically.
too? Basically.
I'm going to say they. So I don't want to give it away, but they asked to help with some classes that they were teaching and in exchange for education. And I was like, sure, why not? And then it snowballed into, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this show? Can you travel to Dallas with me? Can you package products? Can you basically be my assistant and I'll pay you X, Y, and Z an hour? And I'm like, okay. But I never saw $1.
Gosh.
They were like, oh, well, you can take product. And I was like, well, I don't need any more product.
Product don't pay the light bill.
I don't care about product. I worked my ass off and I didn't get paid for shit.
Yeah.
Like, so it was humbling for sure. Thinking that, because I'm a strong personality and I don't get taken advantage of easily. Like, it's very rare that people take advantage of me. And in that instance, I was so hungry to learn and so naive that I thought, oh yeah, I can trust people. You can't trust people. No. So get it in writing, right? Like, I've just learned that unfortunately, you have to get everything in writing because people are jerks.
Yeah.
So that's basically what happened. They were like, you can work and I'll pay you this, but just kidding, I don't have enough money to pay you, so you can take some product. Because I've invested all of my money into this, my brand, instead of helping people.
Gotcha.
Paying my assistants. So that's kind of how that went down. And then I was dumb enough to be like, yeah, I'll go to Dallas.
Yeah.
With you. Let me spend my whole weekend and not get paid for you.
Oh, man. Dang.
So, yeah,
Hard
I mean,
knocks.
it just kind of,
Hard knocks.
But I will say, though, I learned a lot about creating a product, packaging, like that side of the business.
Okay.
I mean, way before I was even ready. Like, I wasn't even a good artist at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I was just learning.
Yeah.
So it was very cool to like see the inside, but not for free.
Yeah.
Like, so experiences.
Right. And so then you launch off of that.
And then I know, like, I never ever want anyone to feel the way that I felt. So I'm never gonna do that to anybody.
Yeah.
And so then that's just part of the conversation when I start with new people. I said, look, some people will take advantage of you. I'm not one of those people.
Right.
And if you treat me well, I'll treat you well, and we'll make this work.
Yeah.
And if not, bye.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not difficult. You don't mind having separation, you know?
No, and I try to just set the expectation up front so no surprises.
Yeah.
You know, and I ask them straight up. I say, you be honest with me. What is your goal? Like, what are you looking for out of me? Like, what do you need from me? Why are you here?
Yeah.
And usually they're honest.
Well, because you're so direct.
Oh,
I don't know what else to say but the truth.
No, literally. So I think, they are pretty intimidated by me. But then they get to know me. They're like, oh, Katie's cool.
It's not that bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I hear that a lot, too.
So the fact that some people will approach me, I mean, I think because my online presence is so chill and relaxed, because I am, like, that's just who I am, that I am way more approachable now than I feel like I was.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of weddings together.
Yeah.
A lot.
Some crazy ones.
Some crazy ones.
Mom with the eyes.
You brought that to my attention. I was like, girl,
I don't remember which one.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wish that narrowed it down.
Yeah, that's sad, actually.
You were saying something about how, you would tell the stories that she was so high or something.
For the listeners, so this is actually really common. It's kind of sad, actually. So moms are usually very stressed because they feel old.
Yes.
Because their daughter is young and beautiful and she's getting married and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh my God, I'm so old. And a lot of them are on pills, depending on the demographic that we're in. It's very common for people to be not necessarily high. Well, yeah, they're high.
Let's just call it as it is.
Pills are very, very apparent in the community that we do weddings in.
Yes. Which is more like middle to higher end community.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah. And so I think that it's not uncommon to run into this. Like, everyone's got a Xanax prescription.
Exactly.
Everyone has some sort of pain pills prescription for who knows what reason.
Yeah.
So it's very common, and then they drink on top of it wedding day. And so
mimosas.
We were at a hotel room, and we were in a hotel room getting ready, and it was kind of crammed. So, this was a really nice high-end hotel. It wasn't like we were in some dingy little, it was a really nice wedding. It was a big wedding.
Yeah.
Huge wedding down in Houston. And the mom was so high out of her mind that her eyes were, y'all see me? Her eyes were like this. And I was trying to put eyeliner on him, and she was so zoned out that her eyes didn't even flinch when I touched the eyeliner to her.
And most people are like,
most people are like doing this and like backing up and they're tearing, and I'm like, that's a normal response. But she was so out of it that she didn't even blink. And then I go to put mascara on, and I'm like looking at Emily like, help me, please. And then all the bridesmaids catch on, and these bridesmaids are what, mid-20s, 25 maybe. Yeah. I think, I don't know, this was a while ago. Mm-hmm. And they were all joking, oh, that's just her. I don't remember her name, and I shouldn't say it anyway. But they're just like, oh, that's just her. She's doing her thing again. I was like, she's doing her thing? What do you mean? This is a normal occurrence. She's so zoned out and high that her eyes don't blink when you touch them. What? It was next level. Yeah. And so anyways, I was doing Emily's eyebrows yesterday, and we were talking about it. And she's like, well, which one was that? Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, you've run into this situation so many times.
Yes, and I think the moms, just like you said, they're so stressed out. They want to be zen. And
it's like a midlife crisis thing for them.
I feel like it is. Yeah.
They're like, oh
and
my
I feel like it's partly the bride's responsibility to hire a freaking coordinator, please, so it's not all on your mama.
It's stressful.
It is.
First off, she's worried about looking 70 or 60, you know, or I don't know. People are getting married young these days. And she's like, I feel old. I look old. You can't do my makeup good because I'm old. And can you give me $5,000 worth of Botox with makeup? I'm like, that's not possible. I would love to, but makeup is going to cover. It's not going to fix texture.
Right.
And fine lines and wrinkles and all. Yeah,
Right.
We're wizards.
If you saw me 6 months ago, maybe I could have helped you with some
I got a doctor I could recommend.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shoot. Some biotin.
Yeah. Something.
Collagen.
But today, it is what it is, honey.
You just accept it.
Yeah.
You look great.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's in their head, too, so.
For sure.
It's funny.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. We've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
And the brides post-COVID are, so last minute.
I think they're just stressed. I feel bad for these.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Call me 2 weeks before your wedding, and you want to do your trial the day before.
Yeah.
And then you're complaining that you have anxiety.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do, so then you take Xanax for mom.
Yeah. No, literally.
we're like, what? I think we should, the last minute brides, they drive me nuts, and I don't know what to do with it. I want to bring back.
Because you want to help them. You feel bad. You're like,
you want to, but it's like, help me help you, And if you're waiting 2 weeks, you're going to pay premium for my time. And all my energy is going to focus on you. Because you won't pay for it, okay?
Yeah.
So save yourself the money. And when you find out you're getting married, that's when it's time to book, right?
Well,
when you get your dress, that's
yeah.
when it's time to book. When you get your venue and your photographer, that's when it's time to book,
But
right?
like, we know these things. I don't think they do.
But I feel like it's the coordinator's responsibility to coach their brides.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
And even if you're the venue, you should say, hey, it's
Yeah.
time to look at makeup and make sure that you're squared away. Get your dress, get your lingerie, get all your stuff in order.
Yep.
That's what you do. And then everything else will come into play.
And I'm like, you guys are spending thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on a dress. Like, your next step should be, what am I going to look like in my dress that I spent thousands?
And do a trial to make sure you can tweak it.
Like, honestly, at the end of the day, this sounds terrible, and I'm not bashing any other vendors, but at the end of the day, it's about your marriage and you and your husband. It doesn't matter. Yeah, people might talk about the food or like the decor, but in the grand scheme of things, what matters to you?
Yes.
Is it throwing a huge party to like impress all your friends and your family?
Yeah.
Or is it, this is the love of my life and I want to look amazing and have a fabulous night?
Right.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
And usually, by your answer, I can tell you if your marriage is going to last or not.
Right.
So.
And that's what we used to say. You know, my family's been in the wedding industry for years and years. And, like, it's we would know this is about the marriage or this is about the wedding. And the ones that are about the wedding, they are a nervous wreck. They're not prepared. They don't care.
They're taking Xanax.
Yes.
They're stressed out, and they're like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I think we should bring back the binder brides. You know what I mean?
Now they have, like, what, Pinterest? I don't know. I love the binder brides. I actually had a
brides.
couple of them, and they were literally the best clients I've ever had in my life.
Because they read everything and
they
they
were so
make
chill.
lists and it's color coded. And I'm like, yes, bring that back.
I will say that I really attract those type of clients.
Well, because that's how you are.
Yeah, no, like these brides are just chill. They have 1,000% trust in me, and which is kind of scary because I'm like, well, what I like may not necessarily be what you like, and they're like, I just want to feel good, just make me look good, and I'm like, well, what does that mean to you?
Yes.
You know, like I can't. So the consultation's a little bit longer when they're like, I just have full trust, make me look good, and I'm like, well, sure, but like I've literally done any type of makeup look you could ever imagine. So I don't know what you want. Like, that matters.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't about me. It's about you.
Right. And
So.
you achieving their goals.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm the hired help. So, like, I want you to be happy, not me be happy.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's actually, like, a euphoric feeling knowing that your clients are like, you got this. Just whatever. Literally, I've had clients be like, whatever you recommend. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Let me pull up some pictures. Like, do you like this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can recreate this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it's cool. Like, once you reach that point of confidence in yourself,
Yes.
your clients have that confidence in you, and it's the cool, like...
They just mirror it, whatever you
so
exude.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. And the other thing about confidence is, like, I've been talking to some people here, and they were just, they were asking about the difference in confidence and arrogance, because you have some artists that come in and they're like, I'm the shit, like, and it's like, no, but you're not about your business. You're late. You're, not sanitizing. You're not doing all the things you're supposed to be doing. And, they're just loud about it. And so
annoying.
Yeah, like my thing is like we're confident. We walk in, it's the air about us. We're quiet about it, but people just automatically understand it's how you carry yourself. We're confident, not cocky, right? Some people in the artist industry, they are very cocky, and they're like, I know my worth, and I'm charging tax, and I'm doing all things. And I'm like, but you're ain't delivering. So it's your business is gonna be so short lived.
It's awkward,
especially if you keep saying crap like that about yourself,
Yeah.
you don't have to
it's
say
okay
it.
to like brag occasionally. Like, I've had like 1 or 2 posts on Instagram and I was like, yo, I really am that girl. Like, hello. And I got facts to back it up.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes, you need to brag on yourself, especially if you're having like a low moment. Like,
Yeah.
I've worked with this videographer and he's really cool. And there comes a point in your career where you start there and you're like, you're big-headed, you're confident. It's usually right when you first get started because you're like, oh my God, I learned all this stuff, and like people are praising me and I'm getting money and I'm getting paid, and like you feel really good. And then you hit this point where it's like complete imposter syndrome and you're like, I literally don't know anything. How did I get to this point in my business? Like, and honestly, it was that point when I hit about $150,000 in my business and I was like, I literally know nothing. And I was like, no, girl, you literally made so much money this year, and like you have like from the outside looking in, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't know shit. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a good artist. Like, it
Oh
hits
my gosh.
you. And you're just like, oh, okay, there's so much more I can learn and I could be doing. So I feel like you get this unearned confidence. You just definitely don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And then you have literally everything to back it up, and you feel like you're an imposter.
Yeah.
And so this videographer that I'm friends with, he was saying when he has a client give him accolades or, you know, a fat tip or whatever, like whatever his love language is, right? Or his form of acceptance, is he screenshots those and he puts them in a note in his folder, in his phone. And whenever he's feeling down about himself, he'll go back and like scroll through all
Remember,
that. Like, oh my God, that's so smart. Because you're gonna have those days where like
those moments.
I had the other week, like I did this girl's makeup and there was a lot that happened. Anyway, regardless of the whole story, I was not happy with her hair and makeup. It was not my best work. I was embarrassed. And this happened like 2 or 3 appointments in a row. And I was like, oh my God, is it me? Am I the problem? Like, and I was like, I need to take a step back and be like, what the frick is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I just had bad appointments back to back to back. And I'm like, okay, I need a break.
Yeah,
It's me. It's got to be me. Like, there's something wrong. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go take some sleep and take a shower and, like, go get a facial or a massage or something and just, like, reset.
Yeah, you got to reset.
Something is off.
Yeah. And then remind yourself of those moments.
I'm like, wait, I am good. Okay, hold on.
No, you are.
I just had a bad week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just off. Sometimes people are off. Maybe their expectations. You know?
Or the communication just wasn't there, and you're like,
could be.
I can't give you what you want because I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
So it's just, like.
I had one of those recently that I did a trial and she didn't book, which I'm like, well, that's weird. You know, but we just didn't jive.
Yeah.
And, you know.
That happens.
And what came she didn't really know what she wanted.
Yeah.
She had some conflicting pictures. And I said, well, we can
do
Or
mom's opinion.
Oh yeah, that'll change everything, change the game. But I said, okay, we can do the front here, we can kind of do here, but this is how I have to get it to flow into this because they're 2 separate pictures, right? They're not the same. And
just wasn't.
I don't think she knew what she wanted.
Yeah, it happens.
And I can't deliver that. You know?
can't blend an updo and a downdo together. It doesn't work. You can't blend texture and sleek. Like no.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I didn't vibe either with her, and so I just let that one go, and that really hurt my heart because I hate letting them go.
Yeah,
throwing them back.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but at the same time realizing that my worth is not wrapped up in anybody else's opinion.
Nope.
Especially when they don't know right from left, you know. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't hold water, you know. But even being in this long, you still have those moments, so just expect them. It's okay.
It just happens. Yeah,
it's all right.
And it's good to have those reminders, like, okay.
Humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's humbling.
Yeah.
But that's one thing. It's like, in my experience, I'm like, okay, I need to humble myself, especially when I start to feel like, oh, I got this or whatever. Like, you attract more when you're humble about it, you know? And life has a way of humbling you, too, you know, in those moments. And you're like, oh, yep, I need to check it before I wreck it.
So, like, one person that comes to mind, remember when you asked me for a recommendation for an artist, and I sent them to you because they have a great reputation. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Shows up, does absolute shit work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I felt like the biggest dick because I was the one that was like, hey, yeah, use this person, they're free. And they did this, like, terrible job. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't
you.
But, like, what? You know, and when I see things like that happen, that, like, this artist who's got an amazing online presence, makes a ton of money, has a huge bustling team, is doing shows, very well connected, and then they do this to you, and you're like, do you not have integrity? Do you not care? Do you not have a heart because they're not your client?
Right.
Like, was this sabotage or was it...
Sounded like it to me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
like, that's what it looked like.
That's what it looked like, and everybody knows that, you know, and...
Messed up.
Yeah, but, like, if I go to work for another company, I'm doing my best work.
100%.
Like, even better than I'm dotting my I's, crossing my T's, you know what I mean?
If you're an artist watching this, there are... How do I put this nicely? when you're working for another company, obviously you're not going to be compensated as if it was your own company.
Correct.
And that's because you don't have the stress, you don't have the overhead, and you don't have the cost of booking the client.
Mm-hmm.
So know that going in, and you're still going to need to give your best work, even if you're getting paid a lower rate.
Right.
And I think some people think that because they're getting paid a lower wage that they should cut corners and that they should be quick and that they should do a crappy service, but that's not how you should do work.
Exactly.
Like, so I don't know. I feel like I don't think it was sabotage. I think it was just
not caring enough.
Yeah, and just nasty. So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, note to self, don't ever be that person. And if you have that feeling of I'm not appreciated enough and I'm not getting paid enough to go work for this company, say no.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're feeling big-headed and you're like, I'm worth more, then okay, be that and just don't take the job.
Right.
Don't just do shitty work.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Exactly.